welcome in fans to another Premier Development League game matchup with your Ventura County Fusion taking on the SF Glens tonight. Fusion just recently got off a 3-game road trip in which they caught their first 2 losses of the season. They went 1-2 on the road trip. Had a win to start off the road trip at San Diego Zest back on June 6th, then followed up with 2 consecutive tough road losses. One on the 10th against SF City, they lost 2-0. And then just last week on Sunday, a loss against first place FC Golden State 4-2. We are just about underway here. Going to go ahead and give you the starting lineups for tonight's matchup. For the visiting team, the SF Glens. In goal, Kevin Peach. Your defenders, Isaiah Dargan, number 20. Number 15, Marcus Nordgaard. Number 5, Sterling Hancock. Number 14, Johnny Macbeth. Your midfielders, number 3, Chris Gray. Number 16, Sam Junqua. Number 6, Andrew Paoli. Number 8, Diego Lopez. And your forwards, number 9, Arua Balut. And number 21, Rainier Plantinos. And the starting lineup for your VC Fusion. In goal tonight, as always, number 1, Paul Guerin. Your defenders tonight, number 3, Tim Heiduch. Number 12, Carson Von Stieg. Number 4, Adam Olson. Number 6, Francisco Arroyo. Number 8, Marshall Garcia. Number 20, Leo Anjos. Number 14, Christian Pinzon. Number 17, Trey Jackson. Number 19, VJ Diaz. And number 10, Diego Sanchez. We will take a quick break for the national anthem. All right, as I mentioned, VC Fusion coming out riding a 2-game losing streak. Currently, the only 2 losses of the season, actually. In 7 games played, they currently sit 3rd place in the Southwest Division with a 4-2-1 record. That's good for 13 points. Their last loss on Sunday to FC Golden State, 4-2. They had goals by Trey Jackson and Marshall Garcia. From that match, Marshall Garcia and Adam Olson of the Fusion both made the Southwest Division Team of the Week. So the Fusion looking to get back to their winning ways here tonight as they take on the SF Glens. Fusion wearing their home whites with the blue off colors. The Glens will be in the green kits with the black shorts. Captains meeting with the referees at midfield. We are just about underway here. Both teams tonight going with a 4-4-2 formation. 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, 2 forwards each for both the Fusion and the Glens. Fusion taking a team picture. And the teams take the field. Fusion will be moving from right to left on your screen. Glens going left to right. Glens will kick off possession. Nothing better than coming back home after a 2-game losing streak for the Fusion. They are undefeated so far at home this year. So coming back home is just what the doctor ordered. As I said, trying to get back into the win column after 2 consecutive losses on the road. And Fusion will start with the ball. Marshall Garcia, your reigning player on the, team of the week member. Adam Olson up ahead. That pass intended to VJ Diaz getting his first start. Glens with the ball now, but an errant pass goes out of bounds. Possession will go to the Fusion. Pinzone with the ball now, wrestles a couple defenders, but the Glens take over. Glens now looking to switch fields on it, going up to the left side of the field now. That pass up ahead to Plantinos was too long. Adam Olson doing a nice job of clearing that out of there to avoid any trouble. Glens starting off a little conservatively now as they kick it back to their back line. Switching fields up the right side now. Number 8, Diego Lopez with the ball. And VJ Diaz steals it, but he turns it right back over. Looked like Diaz was going to threaten there for a second. Did not keep control of the ball, however. Now Marshall Garcia fighting for it in the middle of the field. Now the Glens have numbers. Up ahead to Rainier Plantinos. Plantinos trying to dribble around Carson Von Steeg. But that's Tim Hyduk able to clear that out, and we will have our first corner kick of the game. It'll be number 6, Andrew Paoli there taking the corner. And the cross into the box and headed out by Carson Von Steeg. Glens keep possession, however, as they stay on the offense. That pass to the middle of the field, taken by Trey Jackson. Now Marshall Garcia tries to flick this one up ahead to Diego Sanchez. The Glens clear it. So Fusion keeps the ball. Trey Jackson with the ball in the middle of the field. Marshall Garcia now dribbles up. Over to Leo Anjos. Leo Anjos doing a nice job of boxing him out. Draws the foul. Fusion quick to put this one back into play. Garcia's pass no good. Stolen by the Glens. Glens now moving the ball up the left side of the field. Trey Jackson fighting. It's Leo Anjos still on the ball. Gets tackled, but that ball will stay with the Fusion. Nice slide tackle there by Chris Gray of the Glens.
County Fusion wears Adidas. Since 2007, Ventura County Fusion wears Adidas, and you should too. Adidas.
Fusion now throwing the ball into Diaz. Diaz has the ball in the corner. And that goes out for a goal kick. Diaz didn't agree with that. Had a couple words to say to the sideline ref, but what he says goes. So it will be a goal kick for the Glens. Ooh, apparently it did not go out for a goal kick. It will be a throw-in as far into the corner as you could possibly go without it being a goal kick. And that throw-in no good. But the Glens recover and get it back, and now they're on the attack. That pass flicked ahead. Von Steeg fighting with Andrew Balut. And Von Steeg is down, and he is not getting up. Carson Von Steeg was fighting for possession with Arua Balut. And he went down, and he is not getting up right now. So we have an injury on the field. That is Carson Von Steeg. Trainer going out to check on him, as well as Balut, the player that he was wrestling for control with. Trainer looks to be rubbing the right calf. And I think they're signaling for a substitution as Von Steeg needs help getting off, and he is limping heavily. Von Steeg not able to put any weight there on his right leg as he is limping off with the assistance of two coaches. So it looks like Von Steeg will be out for this game. That is a huge blow to the Fusion as he is one of their top defenders going down so early in the game. Looks to see, you see right there, he gets his foot stepped on, it looks like, by Balut. Got a cleat right to his right foot. Looks like he's putting a little bit more weight on it, but he is walking very gingerly, shaking his head as he is not able to go. So you see, as we show you replay here up, Von Steeg, and it's going to be Arua Balut there, number 9 for the Glens, both fighting for possession. And as you see, right before it gets to the goal line, see them, an awkward step there by Von Steeg, and then you see right there gets his foot stepped on, and immediately his hand goes up, and he immediately goes down. So that looks like to be a foot injury for Von Steeg, his right foot, and he is out now. Let's see, so it looks like Von Steeg out for the game. Coming in is number 2, Alfonso Flores. Alfonso Flores now into the game for Fusion in place of the injured Carson Von Steeg. And I cannot stress enough what a big blow that is to the Fusion. Von Steeg, one of their best defenders. So Flores got some big shoes to fill here as the defense of the Fusion takes a huge hit just 7 minutes into the game. The ball roll all the way back to Peach, the goalkeeper for the Glens. And now the Glens back on the attack, looking to put the pressure on. That pass ahead to Plantinos. Now to the middle of the field to Lopez. Chris Gray with the ball now, and nice defense there by the Fusion, able to turn it over. VJ Diaz wrestling with 5 guys. And VJ Diaz called for the foul there. Free kick coming for the Glens. Diaz keeping pressure there on the back line. Glenn's now going to switch fields. Go up the right side of the field. That pass up way ahead. Intended for Plantinos, but out of bounds. Fusion will take over. Throw in there intended for Anjos. Anjos not able to keep possession. Turns it over, but quickly gets it back for the Fusion. That ball deflected off the Glens. The ball will stay with the Fusion. Now get it out of there over to Adam Olsen. Up to Flores. That pass crossfield. Initially cut off by the Glens, but Arroyo able to take it. His pass ahead intended for Diego Sanchez goes long and into the hands of the goalkeeper, Kevin Peach. Plantino's now pushing the ball upfield. Stops and passes back. Glens with the throw in. That ball deflected out of bounds by the Glens. Ventura County Fusion will take over.
Dr. Michael Page, the official chiropractor of your Ventura County Fusion staff.
No shots currently here in this game. We're entering the 12th minute. Pretty quiet game. The big story so far, the injury to defender on the VC Fusion, Carson Von Stieg, got stepped on, it looks like, a left foot injury, by Arua Balut. And he is out for the game. He's already been substituted in, so cannot stress enough, a big blow to the defense of the Fusion. As Diaz turns the ball over in midfield. Diaz there with the slide tackle, trying to steal the ball, but that's no good. Pass up ahead. But Tim Hyduk there to kick it back to Paul Guerin. And Guerin there, risky pass, did not get the ball off in time. But it was deflected out of bounds by the Glens for a goal kick now. Guerin, though, playing there with fire, letting the defender get all the way up to him and getting a foot on the ball. But no harm, no foul there, as it results in a goal kick. Headed by Anjos up to Diaz. Now Christian Pinzon with the ball. Dribbles to the middle of the field. Passes over to Anjos. Anjos now turns the ball over there as Diego Lopez. So the ball, now that's up to Plantinos. Plantinos now pushing the ball into the Fusion side. Passes to the middle of the field. But Adam Olsen, reigning team of the week there, able to clear it. And now the Fusion take over as Christian Pinzon dribbles it up the side of the field. Not on the same page there with Diego Sanchez. Sanchez went left, the pass went right, and the Glens take over. Hajduk looking for a foul there. Does a nice job of clearing it. Glens quickly throw that back into the game. They want to keep the pressure on. Not able to take advantage of it, though, as they will kick it back to their back line and reset. BJ Diaz doing a nice job getting a piece of that. He deflects it back, but we will have a goal kick for the Glens. Guerin once again letting the defender get really close there. You do that too many times and it may end up coming back to bite you, but he clears that out of bounds. But it will be Glenn's ball. Now, Fusion on the attack as they're pushing the ball up. Hajduk sending that one upfield, but no one there for him. Glens with the ball now as that ball is kicked up. Hajduk jostling for possession with the Rule Balut. Ref blows the whistle with the foul on Balut. Hajduk's pass intended for Pinzone, no good. Garcia with the ball now over to Anjos. Anjos kicks it back to Olsen to reset. Fusion offense looking a little stagnant here to start the game. They have no shot attempts, and I don't think they even have the possession inside 20 meters on the offensive side, as the Glens have been doing a nice job of limiting their offense. Trey Jackson with the errant pass, and the Glens will take over. Referee calling for Ventura ball. Diaz chasing this one down, but it gets to Peach first. Now the Glens with the ball in the middle of the field. Pass intended up, but cut off by Tim Hajduk. Olsen with the ball now up to Flores. Looked like Jackson and Diaz was looking for a little give and go there with Jackson, but not on the same page was Jackson as the pass goes out of bounds. Marshall Garcia now doing a good job. Stealing that one. Royal with it. Garcia switching fields now as Flores with the ball. And Fusion are threatening here now with the ball inside the goal. That shot goes wide of the net. So the Fusion finally showing some signs of offense there, as that was their best chance of scoring all night, but the shot well wide of the post, and we will have a goal kick. Peach motioning for his team to move up the field as they want to push the attack here. That pass headed by Marshall Garcia. And kicked out of bounds by Timothy Macbeth of the Glens. So Ventura County Fusion will take over. Fusion looking to stretch the field now as they switch. Sanchez with the ball now, pushing it upfield. VC on the attack. That pass up to Pinzone. Pinzone gets it. Gets it just before going out. Nice job there of kicking it in off the defender of the Glens. And we will have the first corner kick here for Ventura County Fusion. Christian Pinzone of the Fusion doing a nice job. He just ran that ball down before it went out of bounds for a goal kick. Nice job saving that. And the result is a corner kick here for the Fusion. And the cross into the box. And headed out with no problem there by the Glens. And just a bad pass there by Trey Jackson to his teammate Anjos, who was, that's Pinzone, who was just standing out of bounds when he caught the pass. Hajduk now kicks it back to Guerin. Guerin up to Olsen. Royal with the ball now, pass to Sanchez. Back to Hajduk. Hajduk now going to switch sides. Just pass up to Flores. He's got space to move. And that pass now to Leo Anjos in the box. Gets shoved. Dribbles out to the corner and he goes down. So we will have a free kick just outside the box. Leo Anjos doing a nice job of drawing the penalty there. Anyone who was watching World Cup soccer earlier today, it's pretty much the same spot that Germany had their game-winning goal from. Sanchez will be taking this free kick. Oh. And low pass, trying to center it up for a shot on goal, but Glens doing a nice job of chasing that down as they sniffed that one out early on. "24th minute here in the first half, still scoreless. Only one shot so far in the game. No shots on goal just yet for either team. Diaz with the ball now. Defenders all around him. Trying to pass it up to Arroyo. Royal doing a nice job of stopping that one, but kicked up by the Glens. Chris Gray with the ball now. And he quickly gives it right back to the Fusion. And Fusion give it right back to the Glens. And we're just playing passing back and forth between the two teams here. Diaz with the ball now in the midfield. And quickly turns it over. Glens, short intermediate passes, and that pass up ahead, threatening, ball right in the middle of the field. Goalie was out of the goal. Guerin doing a nice job of getting back, but and wow, Fusion barely able to escape out of that one as Guerin was out of the goal. That ball was floating in the center of the field, but Hajduk, nice job there of deflecting it out, and that could have been disaster for the Fusion. Glens now back on the attack. Plantinos with the ball. Nothing going as they're forced to pass back and retreat. Looking for the cross into the box. That one headed out by Adam Olsen. Diaz with the ball now. Up to Sanchez. Garcia has it. Over to Pinzon. Pinzon looking for anyone to make a run. No one does. That pass now over to Arroyo. Anjos looking for something up to Arroyo. Back to Anjos. And that ball passes through to Pinzon, but Pinzon able to chase it down before it goes out of bounds as he had space. Referee says that ball deflected out of bounds by Marshall Garcia, so the Glens will take over. Olsen passing that one back. Switch sides up the right side of the field now. Flores and Gray jostling for possession. Pinzon over to Arroyo. Arroyo sending it up to Trey Jackson, trying to make a run, but that pass too far in front of him as the Glens cleared out of bounds. Pinzon with the ball in the middle of the field now. Garcia looking for someone to get open. Hajduk coming up. Royal now. Trey Jackson with the ball in the middle of the field. To Arroyo, back to Jackson. Jackson dribbling in the box. And we will have a corner kick for the Fusion. Fusion now with their second corner kick of the game. Number 10, Diego Sanchez taking the corner for Fusion. And the cross into the box. Deflected out, but right back to Sanchez. Plantino's doing a nice job of stealing that for the Glens. Now the Glens looking to counter. And Balut just runs right over Hajduk there. Hajduk looking for the foul. No call there. Lopez's pass now up to Balut. Nice defense there by Olsen as it goes out for a goal kick. Anjos up to Jackson now. Anjos with the ball. Switches down to Pinzone. And that ball deflected out by Dargan of the Glens. Fusion will keep the possession. And offside call there going against Christian Pinzone of the Fusion. Garcia with the ball now up to Sanchez. Over to Pinzone, looking for someone to make a run. No one moving. As I mentioned, a little stagnant offense here so far for the Fusion. Few chances, but none really too threatening outside the two corner kicks. Garcia dribbles around a couple defenders before turning it over. Fusion now with space. That pass up ahead to Sanchez. Sanchez chases it down. He's got it in the box. Back to Pinzone. Pinzone now in the middle of the field to Trey Jackson. Jackson boxing out his defender. Sanchez to Jackson. Up to Pinzone. Pinzone now over to Sanchez. Sanchez with the middle of the field. And looked like Diaz got tackled in the box there. Referee not buying it. Maybe a little bit of a sell job there on the part of Diaz as the ref says play on. If you're just joining us here, we are in the 35th minute, going into the 35th minute here in the first half. Still scoreless, tied here between the Ventura County Fusion and the San Francisco Glens. Trey Jackson flips it up to Diaz. Diaz now, two defenders on him, dribbles around that pass. that shot. Not able to get a good foot on that. It was a good chance. But he kind of hit that as he was spinning around, maybe not having his balance there as he sends that wide right. And we have a goal kick here for the Glens.
Fusion fans, make sure to follow your VC Fusion on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at VC Fusion, and use the hashtag VC Fusion.
Throw in here for the Glens. Flex it into the middle field. Trey Jackson kicks it back to Olsen. Olsen up to Flores. And Flores will now dribble the ball up the right side of the field. Olsen goes down, but no foul there. Now, as the Glens threatening, Paul Guerin comes way outside the box and makes the grab. Referee having some words with Guerin. I think he's just checking on him if he's all right. As Guerin seems to be holding his left arm there. I believe he made contact with Isaiah Dargan of the Glens. Fusion now with the ball on their offensive side of the field. Throw in here to Anjos. Garcia dribbling around one defender. Crosses that one into the box, up to Pinzone. Heads it back to Sanchez. Really good pass there into the box from Garcia. But nothing comes of it. That ball cleared up ahead. Olsen fighting for it. Slide tackle there by Gray. Now Plantinos with the ball. I need to flex that one off of Anjos, and the Glens will keep possession. Switching now, Dargan with the ball right side of the field. That cross into the box, well wide. But it does not go out for a goal kick there. Flores doing a nice job of boxing the defender out. And Olsen will clear this one out to midfield. Garcia with the ball now up to Jackson. Jackson looking for Anjos to make a run. Doesn't see him. Now Sanchez with the ball in the middle of the field. Looking to switch it out to the left. Sanchez pushing it forward. Up to Arroyo. And Fusion will reset as they keep it in their back line. Now up to Pinzone. Olsen doing a nice job of coming forward to get that pass before Gray cut it off. That ball deflected out of bounds by the Fusion. Five minutes to go here in the first half. We are still scoreless, 0-0. Pass down up to Diaz. Arroyo, dribbling ball middle of the field. Get up to Diaz through the defenders. Shot on goal and a nice save there by Peach as he had to make a great save there as Diaz split two defenders, got past the back line, put the ball on net, but Peach making a great save there, and we will have a corner kick. Corner taken by Sanchez. Cross into the box, bending and off the crossbar. Stays in the box. Olsen with the ball now. Passes up to Sanchez. And a lot of commotion there in the box. Couple good opportunities there for the Fusion, but the defense of the Glens holds their ground. Diaz with the volley, but that goes through the uprights of the field goal, well above, way high. But it all started there on the pass from Arroyo. Split the defense. Diaz got past the back line, shot on net. Great save there by Peach, and then the corner kick by Sanchez almost went in on its own. Over the reaching hands of the goalkeeper Peach, but off the crossbar. And a whole lot of commotion, had a couple more shots for the Fusion, but none of them finding the back of the net. As it is, both teams showing it is very hard to score as defense from both sides winning all the battles here today. Diaz flicks that forward, Sanchez on the run. Gets it off, past the goalie, and that's going to find its way into the back of the net. Huge mistake there as the defense looking down. Peach upset with himself as it all started with Diaz, who just flicked the ball up over the back of his head. Sanchez running it down. Miscommunication there on the defense as that just rolls its way into the back of the net. And in the 44th minute, we have our first goal of the game. No score, no more as VC Fusion takes the lead 1-0. Ironic as just got done preaching the defense of both sides here in the game as they've really done a good job shutting down the opposing offense, and then just like that, a defensive lapse leads to the first goal of the game. VC Fusion takes the lead 1-0. And they're looking to add on more now as Trey Jackson there going down and holding. He has not gotten up yet. Referee says play on. Takes the advantage now. Over to Pinzone. Pinzone's cross into the box, deflected out of bounds by Isaiah Dargan to the Glens. We will have another corner kick here for the Fusion. So no cross into the box here from Sanchez. He just clicked one center of the field. And the goalie was out of position. He collides with his own defender. Both went down. Defender of the Glens slow to get up as Peach came out, went up to try and punch the ball clear, collided with his teammate Timothy Macbeth. Macbeth went down. Fusion almost able to take advantage of that as goalie was out of the box and down on the ground. Shot attempt there by Anjos, I believe it was. So we're now in extra time here in the first half as the 45 minutes have gone. Nice slide tackle there. And now Fusion have numbers. Sanchez dribble the ball. He kicks it up to Penzone. But Peach able to swallow that one. And Peach wants to get on the counter before the first half whistle blows. That pass too strong. And Guerin will now take over. And Guerin picks it up as the Guerin with the kick. He kicked that all the way to his counterpart Peach on the other side of the field. Most likely just trying to milk some clock here and head into halftime with the 1-0 lead. Throw in here, but that one deflected out by Anjos. And we have a corner kick here for the Glens. This may be their last opportunity here in the first half as we are in extra time. Andrew Paoli of the Glens on the corner kick. And it crosses into the box. Ooh, and a nice opportunity there by the Glens. The ball bounced in front of the feet of that Sterling Hancock. He tried to turn and kick it, but that went over the crossbar. And the first half whistle blows as the Fusion get a late goal in the first half there to take a 1-0 lead into halftime. So as we head into half, VC Fusion leading the San Francisco Glens 1-0. Be interesting to see who they credit the goal to there on that one, because it looks like it was just deflected off a goalkeeper mistake as that ball just kind of bounced over his head. He barely tipped it, and then it just rolled into the back of the net. Diaz is the one that got everything started. But in the 35th minute, Diaz flicked it up, kind of had his back to the goal, flicked the ball up and over his head. Sanchez got through a couple defenders. Ball was bouncing high in the air. I think just a deflection from Sanchez. And off the fingertips of the goalkeeper for the Glens, Kevin Peach. And it just kind of rolled and found the way into the back of the net. So the lone goal there in the first half belongs to the Fusion. Both sides have been playing really good defense all game, aside for that one lapse there, as I just mentioned, that led to the goal for the Fusion. Other big story in the first half, one of the best defenders for the Fusion, Carson Von Steeg, went down with an injury early on in the game, just 7 minutes into the game. Looks like he may have got his foot stepped on, rolled an ankle. I'm not sure. It looked like it could have been a combination of both. But either way, some kind of left leg injury for Von Steeg in the 7th minute. He went out, and he did not return. As we go back and watch this one again, this is the injury to Von Steeg. They're battling with Balut. You see, it looks like he might have stepped gingerly. I don't know if he rolled an ankle there, but right there you see as he gets his left foot stepped on, and then immediately you see the hand go up, and he immediately goes down. So that was a big, big blow to the defense for the Fusion. As Von Steeg, as I mentioned, one of their best defenders, and just 7 minutes into the game, they lose him. Alfonso Flores came into the game to replace him. He's done a good job. But it's going to be up to normal starters Olsen and Hajduk on the defensive end to keep the Glens off the scoreboard. into the game. We are just about to kick off the second half here. This game between the VC Fusion and the San Francisco Glens. A late goal in the 43rd minute of the first half by the Fusion is the only goal here so far in the game as they lead 1-0. Looks like, I think only one substitution to mention here for the second half. Ray Dorwart in for the Glens. Of course, we switch sides of the field. Glens now moving right to left. Fusion left to right. The goal was officially credited to Diego Sanchez there in the first half, but really it was just a bad play there by the goalie that kind of went up, but just let it bounce over his head. Kind of misjudged the ball there, and it rolled into the back of the net in the 43rd minute. And as I said, the only score here. Fusion now on the counter, but they quickly turn him over. Looks like also in the match for the Glens, number 11, Guillermo Deal. Garcia now up to Diaz. Diaz flicks this one up, looking for Trey Jackson. Not on the same page there as they turn it over. Glens now looking to send this one upfield. Headed out of bounds by Adam Olson. Dribble along the goal line there was Arua Balut. Kicks this one deflected out of bounds by Tim Hyduke, and it will result in a corner kick here for the Glens. Andrew Paoli taking the corner here for the Glens. Cross into the box. And the shot, no good. Does that deflect it off? Olsen kicking this one out of bounds. Glens will retain possession. Throwing there up to Diaz. Over to Sanchez. Sanchez now fights off a couple defenders. Diaz flicks this one up to Pinzone. But that one deflected out of bounds by the Glens. Pinzone now up to Arroyo. Crosses it into the box. But Pete's doing a nice job of swallowing that ball up as he was looking for Diaz. Glens now switching sides of the field. Trying to push it up to the right, not getting anything going just yet. Pass up ahead to Paoli. And nice defense there by Hajduk to get the turnover. Sanchez now to Diaz. Diaz has Trey Jackson on the right side. There he is. He finds him. Making the run now up is Flores. Jackson dribbles middle of the field. Sanchez flips it back to Jackson. Jackson gets around the defense and gets it around the goalie for the goal. Trey Jackson doing it all there as he dribbled middle of the field, around a couple of defenders, over to Sanchez. Sanchez flicked it back to Trey Jackson, and Jackson just beat the goalie there for the 50th minute. And the lead is now 2-0 for the Fusion. So a goal late in the first half and a goal early here in the second half leads to a 2-0 lead for the Fusion. As coming off the field is VJ Davis, and now entering play is number 23, Matt Herlo. Trey Jackson now with goals in back-to-back games, as he had a goal last week against FC Golden State that earned him Team of the Week honors. We're going to show you the replay here. You see Trey Jackson dribbling it. Diego Sanchez with the backwards flick. Trey Jackson gets behind the defense and goes far post and beats Peach for the goal. 2-0 is the lead here in the 53rd minute. Glens really going to need to start playing more aggressively here if they want to climb back in this game as they find themselves down 2 goals. As I mentioned, Fusion coming into this game on a 2-game losing streak. They're only 2 losses of the season, but just what the doctor ordered. They've been undefeated at home all season, and now with the 2-0 lead, they're back on top, and if they can hang on and get this win. Jackson now up to Herlo. Herlo flips it to Sanchez. Sanchez running it down before it gets out of bounds. Sanchez gets to it. Flores comes up from help. Flicks it. Sanchez to Jackson. Back to Sanchez. And he gets taken down in the box. And is that in the box? And yes, we will have a penalty kick here for Diego Sanchez, as Fusion in the driver's seat now with a great opportunity here to get a 3-0 lead. And that Diego Sanchez now drawing the foul there in the box. So we have a penalty kick here in the 55th minute here. Diego Sanchez looking for his second goal of the game. And the goalie dives right. Sanchez kicks it left. And we have our third goal of the match, the second goal of the game for Diego Sanchez, And that might be the nail in the coffin here for the Glens as the Fusion take a commanding 3-0 lead off the penalty kick there by Diego Sanchez.
Another round of applause for number 10, Diego Sanchez.
Glens now with a huge uphill climb if they have any hope to get back into this one, but that might have been just the nail in the coffin there by Diego Sanchez with the penalty kick. Beautiful strike as the goalie guessed wrong, but Diego Sanchez, I think, had enough kick on that one. Doesn't matter if the goalie had guessed right. That ball was sneaking past him. And the Fusion looking to keep the pressure on. That pass from Jackson. Up to Garcia. Garcia turns it over. And that ball kicked out of bounds by Flores. Pass crossfield to Trey Jackson now. Trey Jackson. Pass up to Flores. But Chris Gray there of the Glens, nice job there of clearing this one. That ball deflected out by Marshall Garcia. The Glens will keep possession. Glens now threatening here. Blues pass into the box. A weak shot on net there for the Glens as Guerin swallows that up easily. We're going to go back here and show you the last goal for the Fusion. The penalty kick there by Sanchez. As you see, the goalie dives left. Sanchez kicks it right. Kept it low and a beautiful conversion there as Diego Sanchez. That was his second goal of the game. And that gives Fusion the 3-0 lead that we currently stand at here going into the 60th minute of this game. We're keeping that out, but Chris Gray cuts that pass off now as the Glens take over on offense. Chris Gray up to Macbeth. Macbeth's pass, cross into the box, deflected out, but goalie out of position. Glens still have it in the box, and that one well over the crossbar as the Glens looked like they were going to get their first crack on the scoreboard. They had Guerin out of position, but unable to convert. Trey Jackson now on offense. Up to Herlo. Herlo over to Anjos. And that shot just over the crossbar and out of bounds for the goal kick. Anjos fighting off a defender there. Pass over to Jackson, up to Herlo. That ball cleared out by Nordgaard. Now looking to counter here. Balut with the ball up the left side of the field. But the defense of the Fusion able to recover. Balut now dribbles this middle of the field. Chris Gray now with it. Over to Paoli. Paoli sending this one up, but that ball headed out by Garcia. Pinzone now dribbling the ball up the left side of the field. And the Glens will take over. Glens just not able to keep possession of it. Flores now up to Sanchez. Hajduk looking to send it up to Garcia, but a little passes a little long, goes out of bounds. And with the break and play, we will have a couple substitutions here. Looks like coming into the game for the Glens, number 10, Johannes Harish, and number 17, Tawab Emiola. And entering the game for your Fusion, number 15, Michael Weber, who will be coming in for, looks like, number 17, Trey Jackson. So Jackson comes out. Weber comes in.
Exiting the game, number 14 and number 9, Johnny Macbeth and Arua Balut. And entering the game, number 10, Johannes Harris, and 17, Tawab Emiola.
So it looks like with the substitutions of Harish and Emiola there for the Glens, looking to get a little bit more offense into the game as they've got a tough hill to climb, down 3-0 here in the 64th minute. Fusion now with all but one guy playing beneath the ball as they're kind of looking to just tighten up the defense here and protect this 3-0 lead. Herlo now with two defenders on him and draws the foul. Olsen now, Crossing this one up to Pinzone. Excuse me, that was Garcia. Garcia not able to get the first touch there, but Fusion keeps the ball. Defense really tightening up here for the Fusion, as they could pretty much just sit back and protect this 3-0 lead. Get back in the win column here. The Glens, the ones that are going to have to switch up their strategy here and play a little more aggressive on offense. Fusion out just short to intermediate high percentage passes. Trying to just keep possession here and milk this clock. Hurlo now pushing forward. Goes that one deflected out of bounds by Harish. Fusion will keep it. And with the break of play, looks like we'll have another substitution here for the Fusion. Coming into the game is going to be number 11, Ross McPhee. He will replace number 14, Christian Pinzone. So Pinzone comes out, McPhee comes in.
Substitution for the Fusion. Exiting the game, number 14, Christian Pinzone. And entering the game, number 11, Ross McPhee.
'68th minute in this game between the Fusion and the San Francisco Glens. 3 goals in this one for the Fusion. 2 of them by Diego Sanchez. 1 in the 43rd minute, just at the end of the first half. Snug it just past the goalie. Then in the 50th minute, Trey Jackson got his. And in the 53rd minute, Diego Sanchez converting on the penalty kick there for his 2nd goal of the match, 3rd goal of the match overall for the Fusion. And that is where we stand currently. 3-0 is the lead for the Fusion. Anjo sends this one, crosses and up the field. Pushing the attack here. Pass it to the box to McPhee. McPhee's got 2 defenders on him. Passes back out. A little give and go with Weber. Cross into the box, but that one headed out by Paoli. Fusion now just trying to keep possession and milk away this clock here. Get out here with the win. Ball stolen by the Glens now as they're looking to push the attack here. But nothing going to it as they're forced to reset. Paoli now with the ball in the middle of the field. gets the ball back for the Fusion. Flores on the sideline calling for it. Olsen kicking the ball up to him. But Dargan there of the Glens able to get there first. Limit the offensive attack, but Fusion will keep the ball now. Olsen looking to see if anyone is going to make a run. Flips it up to Hurlow, excuse me. Now the pass up to Sanchez goes wide and out of bounds.
For your information, it is not the 11th minute, it is the 71st minute.
And the last two subs for the Glens coming into the game. Number 12, Steve Cordova, and number 13, Marcus Simmons. Coming out of the game is Sam Junqua. And number 20, Isaiah Dargan. Free kick here for Sanchez. Sanchez crossing it into the box. And the volley there by Hurlow. Nice job. He had his back to the goal. Able to get his foot around for the volley. Put it on target. But a nice save there by Kevin Peach. So despite having the 3-goal lead here, Fusion still getting more opportunities on offense there from the Glens. Glens' offense has just been stagnant all night. McPhee looking for the foul there from the ref. Ref not giving it to him. Not going to get much of those 50-50 calls when you're up 3-0. Pass into the box. Guerin comes out and makes the save. Sanchez making the run up the right side of the field. Hurlow not able to find him soon enough. Hurlow there with the dummy pass, lets it go through the legs. Sanchez gets behind the defense there. Flicks it back. But we were not there in time as the Glens take over. But now back to Hurlow. And Norgard clears it out for the Glens. Flores now passes up to Hurlow. Hurlow looking to flick it back to Sanchez. But Harish cuts it off. Now Anhouse Herlo keeps the possession. Now Diego Sanchez got it up to Anjos. Anjos trying to flick it off to Sanchez, but that one rolls out of bounds. And it looks like we'll be a yellow card here being issued to number 3, Chris Gray of the Glens. Didn't see what he did. I missed it. The ref didn't, though. And Chris Gray gets the first yellow card of the game.
Yellow card issued to number 3, Chris Gray of San Francisco.
76th minute now in the game. Nordgaard up to Paoli. Anjos did a nice job of deflecting that one out. Emiola draws the foul there, as it will be a free kick here for the Glens. Taking the free kick will be Chris Gray. Time is winding down here in this match. 3-0 lead for the Fusion. Cross into the box. Lands at the feet. Guerin comes out and makes the diving stop.
What a save.
Oh, was that? Guerin now with a little bit of gamesmanship there. Mark trying to milk the clock. Herlo gets behind the defense. Flicks this one up, but Gray is able to head it back to his goalie. Olsen call with the foul there, jumping over the back of Emiola.
Substitution for the Fusion. Exiting the game, number 10, Diego Sanchez. And entering the game, number 16, Juan Pablo Alvarez.
Substitution there. Juan Pablo Alvarez coming into the game for the Fusion. Exiting the game is will most likely be your player of the match, Diego Sanchez. He leaves the game with 2 goals to his name. So Sanchez getting some much-needed rest for the rest of the game. Juan Pablo Alvarez now getting his first minutes in here. Guerin lets that one roll out for a goal kick, and as you might already know, he's probably going to take his time here on this one. Looking to milk any bit of the clock as they can, as we now are in the 80th minute here. Fusion leading 3-0. Glens now pushing it up. Harris trying to draw a couple defenders, but Fusion take over. Guerin now with the goal kick up. Juan Pablo Alvarez there now. Herlo with the ball. Dribbling middle of the field. Passes up to McPhee. McPhee now looking to dribble this one into the box. Passes up ahead to Garcia, but just wide. As that one's cleared out of the box by the Glens, but the Fusion keep the ball. Nice pass there into Michael Weber. Weber trying to just center this one in the middle of the field, but no teammates there on the other end of that pass as Glens will take over now. Harish now dribbles field. He puts this one on net. Guerin makes the save. An athletic save there by Guerin. But it deflects out, and we'll have a corner kick here for the Glens. Nothing coming of that corner kick there for the Glens. But a pass into the box to Paoli. And cleared out by Hajduk. Also doing a nice job of keeping Dorwart out of the box. They clear this one out. Glenn's now rushing to get this one back in. As they got just over 10 minutes to score 3 goals. The way the offense has been stagnant tonight, it's not looking like that's going to happen. A ball up to McPhee. Not able to get past the 2 defenders there. Now Glenn's on the attack there, but looks like Leo Anjos will be called with the foul there on Johannes Harish. Glenn's now with a free kick here. On the ball is number 13, Marcus Simmons. Simmons cross kicks this one into the box. But Guerin, as he has done all night, soars to make the save. Herlo now's got a guy running up the sideline. There's McPhee. He finds McPhee on the sideline. Back to Herlo. Defender all over Herlo there. Juan Pablo Alvarez up to Weber. Weber's got Anjos in the box. The shot on goal, and it finds the back of the net, and the floodgates are officially open here as it is now 4-0 Ventura County Fusion. Replay here on that one. You see Michael Weber from outside of the penalty box. Gets it past the goalie. And Peach having a rough night as Weber didn't have much on that, but right placement there. And in the 84th minute, this game is all but over. 86th minute here. The lead is now 4-0. Ventura County Fusion, as they have been in control all night. It took until the 43rd minute to get the first goal in this game, but since then, the floodgates have been open and the Fusion have been pouring it on. So after a long 3-week road trip for the Fusion in which they went 1-2, losing their last 2 games, the first 2 games all season, they come back home where they have been undefeated all season, and just what the doctor ordered, Fusion getting back to their winning ways as we are in the final minutes here. But a 4-0 lead, just too much to come back from. Glens now here, though, threatening. And even on their best chances, not able to find the back of the net.
Ventura Orthopedics supports Ventura County Fusion Soccer, and in their 6 locations, Ventura Orthopedics provide exceptional care of Ventura County Fusion staff and everyone in Ventura County. Visit VenturaOrtho.com for more information.
Fusion out the pass, flicks it up to Flores. Flores making the run now down the right side. Over to McPhee. McPhee dribbles in the middle of the field. Passes this one up to Alvarez. And why not? This shot way outside the box, but the way this goalie's been playing tonight, might as well take the chance. That ball deflected out off the Glens, so we will have a corner kick here.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A. Eat more chicken.
Number 20, Leo Onhouse, will be taking the corner kick. Not looking to play aggressive. Over to Garcia, clicks it. Onhouse tries to curl this one in, but that one goes wide of the net.
The next Fusion home match will be here on Tuesday, June 26th against the SoCal Seahorses with a kickoff time of 7 o'clock. Make sure to mark your calendars. Be there.
Final minute here in this second half, as it is just a matter of time before we can officially lock this one in as a win. Queren coming out with the header. Glenn's whistle for the foul there. As Fusion will be content with just passing the ball back and forth and getting out of here with the easy win. But with the space now, Garcia pushing it up to Weber. Weber now crosses this one into the box. Glenn's able to make the stop. '90th minute now. Referee ordering 2 minutes of extra time.
2 minutes of added time.
McPhee now. Pass up to Herlo, out of bounds. Referee blows whistle, foul going against the Glens. Glenn still staying aggressive here, looking to avoid the shutout. Olsen clears this one. Referee looking down at his watch. And the final whistle blows in this one. Ventura County Fusion getting back into the win column with a commanding 4-0 defeat of the San Francisco Glens with the win. The Fusion remain undefeated at home. Their record now moves to 5 wins, 2 losses, 1 tie. That is good for 16 points. So after back-to-back road losses, Fusion able to return home and get back to their winning ways as they really just took command here in this game. Pretty much had it in the bags in the early minutes of the first half when Trey Jackson scored his goal in the 50th minute to take a 2-0 lead, and you could just tell the Glens really didn't have the offensive firepower in this one, as their offense was pretty much stagnant all night. I think could have been a couple shots on goal at most for the Glens. But the Fusion making it look easy out there as they win 4-0. In just a second here, we'll be showing you some of the replays here of the goals tonight. Again, to recap, a 4-0 win here for the Ventura County Fusion over the San Francisco Glens. They moved to 5-2-1 on the season, and they remain undefeated at home here at Ventura College. Here's a replay now of Trey Jackson's goal. As you see him flick a Diego Sanchez back to the goal, back heel flick into the box. Sanchez beats Nordgaard there, and then just puts it on goal. Had Kevin Peach, the goalie, overextended there as he goes far post. That was the second goal of the game. That gave him the 2-0 lead, and at that point it was pretty much all over. It would go on to score 2 more goals, but that was just icing on the cake, as Paul Guerin, the goalkeeper for the Fusion, able to make a lot of acrobatic saves there, flashing the athleticism as he keeps a clean sheet here for the shutout. The next matchup for your Ventura County Fusion will be this Tuesday, the 26th, at home here at Ventura College. They will be taking on the SoCal Seahorses. That game, as all of the home games, will kick off at 7 p.m. Going to recap the score sheet here. 4-0 win for the Fusion. 2 goals for Diego Sanchez. He had one in the 43rd minute and the 53rd minute. That was a penalty kick. Trey Jackson added one in the 50th minute. And then to cap it off in the 84th minute, Michael Weber added a goal of his own. Here's one of the saves from Guerin there, as well outside the box, and Guerin flashing the athleticism as he goes airborne. Full extension there to deflect that one out of bounds. And then there, Michael Weber there, getting the congratulations from Anjos as he scored the goal. Once again, just a reminder, as you can see here, the next matchup, next home game will be this Tuesday, June 26th versus the SoCal Seahorses. And then wrapping up the home schedule for this season, Saturday, July 7th versus Santa Cruz Breakers Football Club. And then Saturday, July 11th versus FC Golden State Force. Golden State Force, of course, in first place in the Southwest Division. So a big matchup there. But this Tuesday, SoCal Seahorses. And a 4-0 is your final here. Ventura County Fusion able to get back in the win column with the commanding lead over the San Francisco Glens. And that will do it here for us at Ventura College. I'm Trevor Saffel. Good night.